Hi, my friends. Welcome to the Diamond Painting Effect with Cori. This is Cori, and I'm here today with another stitch with me. I am going to continue working on my cross stitch. It's a Joy Sunday-esque cross stitch that I got from VIP Cross Stitch, and I started working on it yesterday, and I'm doing it in, so far I'm only doing it in half stitches. Haven't quite decided yet if I'm going to go back and make them full stitch. But for now, that's how we're going to work it. I'm working on color number, I'm going to use this, fill in this green color. And it is color number 18, and it's number 3325. And it is a light blue color. I'm using my loop method to start with, to start my stitch. And this project has been going really well. I haven't had any issues with it. The symbols are very clear. I know when I did my unboxing, I talked about how they were kind of faint. I wasn't very clear on that. The ones on here are quite clear. It's the ones on the edges, the symbol, that are a little bit faint, but they're fine. I haven't had any trouble yet. I haven't had to go to my paper pattern yet, other than to verify some of these numbers that are in the surging area. So I finally got my light pad video up, thank goodness. That was just kind of weighing on my mind. It was just very cloudy yesterday, and I felt like it was still cloudy today, but I went ahead and did it because I had seen that a lot of the others had their videos up already, and I didn't want Tahito to panic that I wasn't going to do it. So I went ahead and put it up. I haven't been feeling well. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm pushing through. I was able to do a little bit more diamond painting yesterday, and I'll put that in here if you want to look up. I'm getting kind of worried. It's starting to look kind of awkward. Around the boot area. It's like the boot that's on the left side it just looks odd to me, but it is early yet, so I'm not gonna panic too much yet. I think that one would have been better in a bigger diamond painting, probably. But it is so confetti heavy that it is very slow going. But I was able to enjoy working on it yesterday. I actually really wanted to do it. It's like I have this stitchy motion going on, and yesterday I was like, you know what, I want a diamond paint. So I got that out and was working on it. And I enjoyed it. It's coming along. I'm probably, when I finish this row, I'll be about 3/4 of the way done with it, I think, with that diamond painting. I've got my corned beef and cabbage on to cook. I am not wearing green, but I got a little bit of green right here in my little quilt here, so nobody can pinch me. Y'all don't come over and pinch me for my green, not lack of green, okay? Don't do that. So I didn't think I was going to fit all that stuff in my crock pot for my corned beef cabbage. I was like trying to figure out ways to weigh it down so that the lid would stay somewhat on it. And finally, I finally just took off the lid and I just pressed all that cabbage down, and I was able to break it down enough that I could get the lid on it. But it was, you gotta have corned beef and cabbage on St. Patty's Day. It just, I don't know why. I love corned beef and cabbage, and I don't know why we don't have it more often. Just all of a sudden it comes to our awakening around St. Patrick's Day, and I really love it. And it's also a very healthy meal, low in carbohydrates. If you don't have the potatoes, if you just have the corned beef and the cabbage, it's very healthy. So, but of course, mine's going to have potatoes, and it has carrot, and it has cabbage. And there will be leftovers for a little while. Yesterday I made chicken and dumplings, which is perfect for this weather. Did I talk about the weather yet? It is freezing freaking cold here. Technically it's 54, but it's a cold, damp, wet. And it says it feels like 47, but it's miserably cold. My space heater's not really doing the job here. But, so, I'm just a relief that I got that light pad video up. I don't know why I feel pressure whenever those packages come. I'm excited because my other package also came today. The larger VIP cross-stitch package that I ordered. This one is not a PR package. This is one that I paid for. And I'm excited to get into it, so I'll probably get those videos recorded quickly because I don't dig into my packages until I do the video. So I wanna see. I don't really remember everything I ordered, but I can't wait to dig into that. It's gonna be nagging at me till I do it, and I think y'all know how that goes, right? I think I succeeded in losing my tail again. So hang on, see how far we're gonna have to back up. Oh good. That was the first stitch. Is a video complete without me losing my tail on here? You know, that's gotta be my trademark. And of course it's fitting that I'm covering the green today because it is St. Patrick's Day. So we're going to be stitching on the green. Hold on just a second. I'll show you my progress because I know it's hard to see the progress from the front because it all blends together. This is the front. I've done some stitches up here. And I finished this blue color that I was doing yesterday. I finished all of the areas that had that in it. And I had plenty of thread left on that. So I was panicking about that a bit. You still can't really tell the white that I've done. I've done white across here. And there's a light blue color here. And then here's the color I worked on yesterday. And there's some more white down here. So I'm almost fully completed with 2 colors. and I'm working on the third color now. So my son, I learned a little bit more about his mishap yesterday. What happens is the particular trailer that he had, the latch, he's known this. The latch has a hard time latching on him. Particularly, he's had trouble with them, but it didn't hold. And so when he went to back out, he was pulling away from what they do is they pull away from the dock, they go back and they close the doors after they pulled a little bit away from the dock, and then they take off. Well, when he went back to close the door, he got back in and took off. The door banged open and it hit the trailer that was beside him. Fortunately, it didn't damage that trailer, but it just completely knocked the door off. I think it means there was something wrong with that door to begin with, but for that to happen. And it was an easy fix. So far, he hasn't heard any repercussion. He was able to take it to a shop, and he had it fixed within a couple hours. And he was up and moving again. And he doesn't know what repercussions it's going to be yet. If they can just deal with it in-house, between company, and he pays for the repair and all that stuff. They understood, because they're their trailers, they understood that trailer did have a problem. And so hopefully everything's going to be okay. But Daniel plans to pay for that repair. Either way, technically it was his fault. A lot of things are that way. If he had been aware that it was opened, that he maybe could have avoided the problem with it falling off. And he's lucky there was no more damage. But in the trucking world, it just takes one incident and your career is over. And I hate that, but I think truck drivers need to have another profession in their back pocket. But so he's kind of sweating it out, but he thinks it's going to blow over okay. No big deal. And what's really bad is that's something that could have dominoed to the whole company. It could affect the whole company. If one driver does something, it reflects on the whole company, and the whole company would have to pull out, possibly. And so I think Daniel was really worried about that. Not only did it affect him, it affected the other drivers that are up there. So I've been watching a show on Acorn. I have watched this whole series before. It's called Foyle's War. On Acorn, it's World War II. It's about a police inspector that he wants to get into the war effort, but they keep telling him no. They keep turning him down. But he ends up getting cases that usually involve the war. and in one way or another. And so it's a really interesting show. And with me being old, it's been probably 4 or 5 years since I watched it. It's like watching it all over again for me. And so I'm enjoying it all over again. And even Dwayne was over for a little while yesterday, and he even liked it. So for us to find something we both like to watch is really kind of amazing. So I've been getting into that and using that to pass my time, my stitchy time with. I don't know how much I have left. I don't know how many seasons there are. At first, the first season they had a lot of episodes, but after that they start only having 2 episodes a year, and so I don't know how much longer it's going to go on. I do remember one big change that will happen over the course of the series, but other than that, everything's new to me again. It's a good show. If anybody has Acorn's a good one to get, I think. There's a lot of good shows that you can binge watch, and it's only like, I think it's $6.99 now. It used to be $4.99, but for $6.99, after you get through binging everything, you can cancel your month to month on it. And but let's see, Acorn has Good Karma Hospital, I like, on there. And that's about an Indian doctor student that graduates, and her boyfriend dumps her and leaves her, and so she runs away to India to be a doctor. And that she actually has Indian heritage, and so she's able to go back, and she thinks she's going to a really fancy hospital, but they have a rule when you get there that you have to work in one of the outlying hospitals before you can move to one of the bigger, nicer hospitals. And so that's the story of that saga unfolds, and I really like that series. Of course, there's Doc Martin. We love Doc Martin. There's The Heart Doctor. There's 800 Words. There's a lot of murder mystery type shows on there. Murdoch Mysteries, Brokenwood series. I can't think of. There's several others. Midsummer Mysteries, Midsummer Murders. There's all kinds on there. But yeah, I really like Acorn. It's something for everybody. There's a lot of hidden gems in there too. There's a lot of crappy shows that you kind of have to test and watch, just to check when you're checking stuff out. One really good series, which is why I got Acorn in the first place. It's called A Place to Call Home. That one's really good. That one's drama, soap opera type. It's not really soap opera, but it's one of those series that leaves you hanging from episode to episode, and it's really good. That one's about a nurse that goes to Australia right at the end of the war, the Second World War, and she ends up being happy. She turns out she was in a concentration camp for part of the war, and that one's really good. Place to Call Home. I think they have seven seasons of that. I could be wrong. But I know there's at least 4 seasons. I'm not sure how much longer it went after. I had to wait for a while for the other seasons to come out after I caught up. But it did finally end a couple years ago. So if you go over there, you can get the full series. Maybe it's been long enough I could watch that series again too. That one was really good. It was about rich versus poor. It kind of takes all the different statuses of the world and flings it all together. Rich, poor, religion, social. Anyway, it throws it all in there. It's really, really good. So I was able to do just a strand today. My thread's almost done. I want to thank you for joining me, you guys. I really appreciate you. I love your comments. Take care so I can see you again in the next one.